How's it going, guys? So this is going to be episode 1 of my new series, Trash to Cash. So the meaning behind that meaning, so I do not throw backhand very well. And so trash and then cash, as in cashing in events that I'm planning on playing this year. Maybe next year if I'm playing more backhand dominant, but if I can include my forehand as well, potentially doing well this year in events. So some quick introductions. I have been playing disc golf I discovered it around 10 years ago. I only started taking it seriously about 2 years ago. I don't know if you follow my Instagram account, FitDiscGolfer. I started that account almost 2 years ago now. That's right around when I started taking it seriously. As you can tell from a lot of my posts, I am a primarily forehand dominant player. I played baseball growing up, and so it just kind of came easier to me. When I was on the course, playing with my buddies and stuff, I would rather compete and do as well as I can playing forehand. But when I'm going to try to do events soon, and so I need to learn how to do the backhand. So when I first set out to make my Instagram, I'd always eventually knew that I wanted to make a YouTube as well. It's just a little bit more of a daunting task with much longer videos and more editing, things that I wasn't necessarily comfortable with. The longer that I've been doing Instagram, I've become more comfortable with that sort of thing. So I decided to start out and make the YouTube channel. And so I originally set out, with the name FitDiscGolfer. I was going to show myself doing fitness videos as well as doing disc golf videos. I planned to do instructional videos, both in the fitness realm and the disc golf realm. A big thing was making sure they're not mutually exclusive. So with some stereotypes from, the fitness folks, disc golf folks. So I wanted to kind of avoid that and combine the two passions of mine. And so I set out, and I'm going to start my YouTube channel with this. This is kind of the biggest thing I'm ever going to do in disc golf, is learn how to throw the backhand throw. I've become pretty good with my forehand and putter combination. Usually I play some kind of easier courses around me, but usually I can throw a decent amount under par with that combination. I know some harder courses, like the backhand throw is the dominant throw in disc golf. So without having at least serviceable backhand, I can't expect to do very well. So that's why I've decided to do this. I actually started initially when I first started playing disc golf, I was exclusively backhand. I didn't even know how to throw forehand. I was like every beginner ever, where I would just keep my head locked on the target, backhand. You would go up a million feet in the air, hyzer, and dump left. I was throwing discs that are way too overstable. I reached for the destroyer, the force, your discs like that, much before I should be. So in this series, I'm going to be going and learning how to throw backhand from the ground up. I'm going to start out literally just doing standstills and then move on from there, incorporate an X step, hopefully get some distance going. I think this will be useful for a lot of players who are just starting out. I know in 2020 was an absolutely massive year in disc golf with people just starting out, discovering the sport during quarantine, everything like that. So I think this will be useful for a lot of people. I hope you enjoy. So I'm going to be going hole by hole and just throwing backhand. I read a lot about, throwing. The biggest thing if you have a more dominant throw, whether it be forehand or backhand, is that you need to make sure that if you're just trying to learn one, that you'd exclusively throw that. Like this next hole coming up, I could easily, park it forehand, but that I wouldn't be learning anything that way. So that's why I decided to do this. I'm going to take you through my process, what I plan to do. It's going to look terrible at first. I'll help a couple episodes from now, it'll start looking better. And then we can go on from there. And with that being said, we got a disc it for the biscuit. All right, so we're on hole 4. Out here, I skipped the first 3 holes because it's rained the last few days. Those ones tend to be underwater, and I also had to pass a group. So we're starting here on hole 4. If you're wondering what disc I'm using, you can choose any old. I'm not really, just exclusively one brand kind of guy as of right now. But all the recommendations online said to start with some sort of neutral to understable mid-range putter, eventually a fairway. Right now, what I happen to have in my bag was a Metal Flake Rock 3. Metal Flake tends to be more of a stable, so it's not ideal. I'll be getting some more neutral to understable discs soon. And then the other one, it's just an ESP Buzz that I had lying around from the tournament. And so those are the two I'm going to be throwing to get kind of some more reps in. As you can see here, it's just a straight shot. So it's only 267. Usually with a nice little flick, it'd be easy to get it there. With my terrible backhand, we'll see how it goes. So I'm just going to start off here with a power grip. I'm not really comfortable with the fan grip yet. Making sure that my feet are altered. They're not just both lined up. So I have some more room to turn. The biggest thing that I struggle with is not keeping my head on the target the whole time. That's why the forehand shot comes naturally to me. I want to reach back straight. All right, so that felt okay. It didn't go as far as I would have liked, but at least our line was good. Let's see how it looks with the Buzz. So we released that one on a hyzer angle, which is not ideal. We're just starting out. Those are some two okay shots. I'm not going to take you through my putting. My putting's pretty good. The focus of this series is going to be on learning the backhand, so I'll catch you on hole 5. All right, so here we are on hole 5. I'm kneeling down here so I can get my whole body in the shot. I kind of have it angled down because of how the elevation here is on this hole. So it's hard to tell, but the basket is around those trees to the right. This one's going to be hard for me to throw backhand because this is actually like if I were to play this hole would be naturally for a right hand player. This would be a natural forehand hole. But we're gonna try backhand. We're gonna throw only backhand today. So I'm gonna do my best to throw an Anheuser out there. We accidentally let loose the hyzer on the last hole. We're kind of do the opposite. We're gonna stay high with our release angle and kind of go towards the left side of the tee pad. So let's just see how it shakes out. Again, we're starting out with the Rock 3. Want to keep the disc high. As you can see there, those two are terrible. That's why we're doing this, right? All right, so as you can see, those shots were terrible. I kept my head on the target. I did not let my front shoulder pull my head back, which isn't good. My release angle was bad. It was just kind of bad all over the place. The anheuser is something I struggle with. I need to get some more reps in. So here we are, hole 6. It's a par 4 at 305 feet. Like I said, this is an easy course, so that any other course would be par 3. This is another one I would typically throw forehand on, just how the line is. So this is one of my favorite holes on the course. There's actually back there's a blue tee pad. That would be more of a real par 4, but another 100 feet back that makes it a much tighter forehand line. That's really fun. But today we're going to play the whites. All right, so last time I really kept my head on the target the whole time. So this hole, we're just going to focus on letting our front shoulder pull our head back for a second, and that's what we're going to focus on this hole. All right, so here we are at hole 7. It's just a par 3, 236. The hole is just right around there in the trees to the right. So again, this is another one that would be, forehand dominant. But we're going to try to throw the turnover again. Hopefully we have some better luck this time. That was actually okay. It was a little bit more flat than I wanted, but let's just try to recreate that, except finish with a little bit harder right. All right, so I know I said I wasn't going to show any putting, but here on hole 7, we got way closer than I thought. We're just a little bit outside of circle 1. So let's see if we can get a birdie here. This is just a special blend Luna. You guys saw that we hit the number there. And then a chain out. Probably missed right. All right, so here we are on hole 8. It's a par 3, 254. Or technically it's another one of those fake par 4s. You've probably seen this one on Instagram once or twice that I posted. It's one of my favorite holes just because there's that big tree right in the middle there. I have to be at least, 25 years old. But I may have hit that once or twice. This one could be forehand or backhand, honestly. Let's obviously we're going to take the backhand line today. I'm just going to try to shoot kind of straight at it, making sure that we're pulling our head back with our front shoulder, and that we're keeping the disc level. All right, so again, I'm really set on a hyzer. I'm gonna try to keep it flat this time. Maybe a little ante on there. Alright, so we didn't get much distance on there, but the line did look better, so I'll take that as a win. On hole 9, this is probably my favorite hole on the course. It always has really good lighting, and I really like the line for a long forehand. I've driven this hole a few times to the green, but usually I'm about 25 to 50 feet short. There's a tee pad back there that makes it a par 5 at 565. The tee pad we're on right now is only 402. Again, it sets itself up naturally for a nice long forehand, but today we're doing the backhand. So I'm just going to try to throw it out there, hopefully get past that old tree trunk in the middle is where I'm aiming for, and hopefully we can get a little bit past that. Again, focusing on keeping my my line straight, so keeping it at the disc level, not hyzer and hyzer, and then also making sure that my front shoulder pulls my head back, and I'm not pulling it back on my own. All right, so that one felt pretty good. Didn't go as far as I wanted. The line was pretty good. I need to make sure that I follow through more though. Alright, so that one I let go hyzer. I got a little bit more power on it, but when I tried to throw it hard, I messed my line up, so we're gonna tone that back a bit. Alright, so here we are on hole 10, par 4 again, 285. There's only one tee pad. This one I usually do pretty well on because it just sets itself up for a nice, easy forehand. I just kind of noticed that about this course is that it's super forehand dominant. But I really like it, so let's go ahead and just try to throw it out there right in the middle. Just hopefully have a nice little jump right approach with how far my backhand's going right now at just a standstill. I've noticed after watching those last few holes that I'm kind of rounding a lot and I'm not reaching straight back with the disc. So in addition to making sure that the disc stays on one level field, I want to make sure that I'm bringing it back in a straight line as well these next couple holes, and I'll hopefully go from there. Alright, so that pullback felt better, but I let it go on a little bit of a hyzer. I'm just going to try to keep this next one a little bit more flat. That one felt like a little bit more distance to it, but I released it up, and so that's why it just kind of hyzed it out there, didn't get any distance on it. I'm just going to keep working on it these next few holes. Guys, a deer just ran straight through the fairway and scared the living crap out of me. Here we are on hole 11. It's like a par 4 again, 344, but it's really like a par 3. This one is just kind of a straight shot, so it's either forehand or backhand, just kind of whatever you want to do. We've been going with the backhand line, hopefully getting it within jump putt range with how far my standstills are going right now. Hopefully we get the full amount of holes in today. It looks like a storm is rolling in, but we'll see. That one just did not feel good. Didn't keep the disc on the straight line. Alright, so that one I felt a lot of rotation on, got some decent power on it, but I just grip locked it, and so that's why I went way to the right like that. Alright, so here we are on hole 12. It's a par 3, 2 different tee pads. There's just one right back there. It's a few feet farther. So it's going to be par 3, 265. I'm not really the biggest fan of this hole because it's just kind of a straight shot out there, and there's a bunch of trees in the middle. It's just not really a creative shot. You can go over to the left, to the right, whichever way you forehand, backhand, whichever way you choose to. I'm going to try to throw this on a slight hyzer and go around to the right and hit that gap. Hopefully we can get it close to the basket. A straight 80 line rather than hyzer, and the wind kind of picked up there too. I think it's storm trolling it. Alright guys, so that's going to be it for today's video. Looks like a storm is rolling in as I speak. I did pretty well today. Played about half the holes. It was from 4 to 12. My lines were looking a little bit better. It was feeling a little bit more natural with to have my front shoulder pull my head back. Gonna keep working on that. I'm planning on releasing the next episode in a few days here, early next week. Planning on going and doing some field practice and breaking down the backhand form a little bit more. Focusing on hitting the same target over and over again. Hopefully get some more of the same disc going. If you're interested in that. And I'm also planning on doing some workout videos too soon. That'll be a separate series that I'm going to get going. So if you enjoyed the video, make sure to like the video, favorite. Make sure to also, the biggest thing is to subscribe. Hit the bell. The most important thing is to make sure you view the video right as it drops. It helps me grow so I can get some more videos out for you guys. Hopefully break down the form better and get some more instructional content going. If you'd be interested in me breaking down my forehand form and doing that sort of thing, I feel like I'd be much better because I'm doing this to kind of learn with all you guys. If you'd be interested more in me showing you how to do something, that'd be with my forehand. If you're interested in that, leave a comment down below, and I'll catch you on the next one.